إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله إن الحمد لله نحمده سبحانه ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير اللهم اقسم لنا من خشيتك ما تحول به بيننا وبين معصيتك ومن طاعتك ما تبلغنا به جنتك ومن اليقين ما تهون به علينا مصائب الدنيا ومتعنا اللهم بأسماعنا وأبصارنا وقواتنا ما أحييتنا واجعله الوارث منا واجعل ثأرنا على من ظلمنا وانصرنا اللهم على من عادانا ولا تجعل مصيبتنا في ديننا ولا تجعل الدنيا أكبر همنا ولا مبلغ علمنا ولا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك ولا يرحمنا يا رب العالمين أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم إن زلزلة الساعة شيء عظيم يوم ترونها تذهل كل مرضعة عما أرضعت وتضع كل ذات حمل حملها وترى الناس سكارى وما هم بسكارى ولكن عذاب الله شديد وصلي وسلم على مبعوث رحمة العالمين سيدنا محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وعنا معهم إلى يوم الدين أما بعد in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to him and peace and blessings be upon his beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I bear witness that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his messenger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, descend your mercy upon every single person of this place, inshallah, of all places that, inshallah, the Jum'ah prayer are held. And Ya Allah, accept from us our deeds and our prayers, our dua, not to leave this place without being forgiven completely. Allahumma ameen. Today's khutbah, it's about a topic that I did highlight the last 4 years, at least maybe 5 times. But sometimes some certain concepts, most of us, we are immensely in need for them to keep repeated, because understanding them will fix our stance, will help us to stand on a solid ground in our faith, while losing this understanding or not fixing this possible misconception could lead to a very, very serious, stance against Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today, I will be highlighting one of the laws of the universe, Sunnah Ilahiyya. This law solves a number of questions many Muslims, especially youth, might be asking. What is the problem or the doubt or the question? Then I will come to the law. The main title of my khutbah is قانون الاستدراج, the law of استدراج. The word استدراج in the lexicons, in the language, it will give you misleading, let's say, translation. Has nothing to do with what I want to say. It's a terminology. When we say a terminology, it means it's a package, very intense meaning, has an Islamic context. So you will understand what do I mean by this law after reaching to explaining it. However, the law of istidraj basically explains a number of questions such as, question number 1, why is it the case, Sheikh, Doctor, why is it the case that we do witness bad people, evil people, wrongdoers, aggressors who attack the حقوق of the آخرين, might be, torturing, doing bad things. Let's talk about normal social level, family level, friends, colleagues, social life. We do witness a number of very evil people. They don't care with haram or halal. They don't care with wrong, right, nothing. So they keep lying. They might seize the properties of others. They have no problem to say lies in the courts and to take the rights of their sisters or their brothers, whatever. We do witness a lot of, things. Backbiting, seizing the money, doing aggression, making the benefit of their status, their social, their money, their relatives, their connections, whatever. Now the idea, we do witness bad, ظالمين, bad people, evil people. Now, according to the general idea that we believe in, the bad person should be punished. The bad person should face some kind of difficulties because Allah does not love him, supposedly, in our understanding. Sometimes we do witness those wrongdoers, bad people. They are living in a very nice style of life. Even, it's not just like that. Sometimes we do witness them, they have much more better status while they are insisting to be much more, evil. We do witness this. What's the point? How come? Please, in case some kids are talking, if you can just move your place with your kid to another place, Jazakumullah khairan. Please. I lose my concentration when a kid speaks. Forget what I was saying.
بيزدادوا في الطغيان.
جزاك الله خير. I'm sorry for that. I'm a very vigilant person. When I hear something, I lose my. Subhanallah. Yes. So sometimes we do witness some people, even though they are doing much more evil things, yet they might be in our worldly, calculations. They are upgraded, advanced, uplifted to a better status. Okay, now why? To understand this, I give you a simple introduction, logical one. Then I will delve into the Quran to see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling us about how He deals with those people. Because when you understand, you will have the peace of mind. Oh, so this is the way, alhamdulillah. So I understand now. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. Imagine yourself being invited to a great palace of a very rich person. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. And you're being told that come and enjoy living in this palace. So you are there, and you've been told, please read the instruction and the manual of how to enjoy living inside this palace. For whatever reason, you forgot, you ignored, you refused, you did not read. You have no idea that the air conditions in this palace work by click, for example, by saying like, twice. If you do not do this, no AC. Heating system, 3 times. The manual says this. So you are suffering. No AC in the summer, no heat in the winter. You are suffering. Your attitude towards the one who invited you is very bad. How come he invited me, this rich person, and I'm not able even to find a good even temperature? The problem is not with the owner of the palace. The problem is not, I have no idea how to deal with the system, because for many reasons. Maybe ignorance, maybe I forgot, or maybe simply I ignored. I need to know the system. Imagine that, for example, that lights, they are working by touch or by motion. So I did not know that there is, for example, IR or Bluetooth or whatever system. We have tens of ways, okay? So I'm noticing that sometimes light comes on, off. I don't know that it depends on the motion through the IR system. So I'm just confused. So sometimes, for whatever reason, because something else is moving, the light is on, so I'm happy. Then it disappears, so I'm not able to relate. But I feel what? Very bad and very angry, because no understanding why the light comes, disappears, light, AC, whatever. Imagine that all kind of electrical devices in this palace, each one of them has a specific system. One of them works on the Bluetooth, the other one on the IR, the third one on touch, the fourth one sound, fifth one motion, and I have no idea about these things. Can you imagine what style of life I'm living in this palace? It's a disaster, literally a disaster. If someone just came and convinced me, Ya Sheikh, please, can you spare 1 hour of your time to explain to you the systems that this big palace is operated according to them? So just 10 minutes, concept of IR, 10 minutes, concept of Bluetooth, 10 minutes, come and see yourself. Do this, okay, nice, finished. After that, go, enjoy living, and face the consequences. Okay? So now, why I'm saying this? It's just a metaphor. Now we are living in this huge universe. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator. Allah told us that He created laws. Allah khalaq qawanin. He is ruling this universe through these laws. The law of mathematics are created by Allah. The law of chemistry are created by Allah. We discover them. The law of physics, it's created by Allah. We discover them. There is something called Sunan ijtima'iyya or Kونية. As we have in chemistry, when we combine two things together, we will end up by a third substance. We discover that. When we combine something new. So sometimes poisoning two things together, it could kill me. So be careful. So I do not create the nature, I just discover and I use or misuse. Explosives, basically. Basically, these materials, they are part of the nature. We humans discover them. So it's supposed to use to protect ourselves. Many of humans, they use explosives to do what? Kill others, to attack others, to invade others. So we discover, we don't create, then we use or misuse. Okay? Let's come to these social universal laws. قوانين السنن الاجتماعية. Okay? Part of the laws, now I will recite directly the ayat from chapter Al-An'am, which will answer about why it is the case that some people, even though they are so evil, so bad, so wrongdoers, yet Allah has left them simply to enjoy and to be in a better social status in this world of life, as we might be thinking. So let's understand that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, in chapter An'am, وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا إِلَىٰ I will recite the full paragraph in Arabic, then I will go through them one by one in English, inshallah. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ولقد أرسلنا إلى من قبلك فأخذناهم بالبأساء والضراء لعلهم يتضرعون. فلولا إذ جاءهم بأسنا تضرعوا ولكن قست قلوبهم وزين لهم الشيطان ما كانوا يعملون. فلما نسوا ما ذكروا به فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون فقطع دابر القوم الذين ظلموا والحمد لله رب العالمين. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, ولقد أرسلنا إلى من قبلك فأخذناهم بالبأساء والضراء لعلهم يتضرعون. O Muhammad, we have sent to the nations before you, which means it's a continuous, things that Allah has done with many people. It's a law. We have sent to many nations before you that we put them through suffering and adversity. فأخذناهم بأساء وضراء, hardship, difficulties, big challenges. قال لعلهم يتضرعون. What's the main purpose? Why Allah's law, basically is sending hardships, adversities, difficulties against the people. قال لعلهم يتضرعون. So perhaps they would be humble. So it's like, causing you something to know your place, to know my place. It's like someone who's, for example, feeling that he is superior to everyone of the neighborhood because he's a very powerful man with big muscles and he's going to the gym. Everyone is scared from him. So sometimes Allah sends to him just a small virus. 30 days in the hospital, he was not able to go to the washroom except with 2 nurses. Normal washroom, 2 to 3 people, depend on them. He used to hit 3 in one hand. Now he needs 3 to go to the washroom. The direct message is, know your place. Hey, know your place. Down. Don't be arrogant. This is the quick messages as a mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he took it, he received the message in a good sense. If he refused, there's a new law that he will be entitled to. Okay? So, what is the main purpose? This is applicable on nations, small groups, big groups, individuals. The same law. So we have sent hardship, adversities, لعلهم يتضرعون. So they will be humble. قال فلولا إذ جاءهم بأسنا تضرعوا. Why did they not humble themselves when we made them suffer? Suffering has been designed by Allah so that I'm pushed to be humbled and submissive to Allah. This is the main reason for suffering. So Allah is going to say, فلولا هلا يا ليتهم فلولا إذ جاءهم بأسنا تضرعوا. But unfortunately, قست قلوبهم. Instead, their hearts were hardened. Look now, their hearts. Heart referred to the internal decision. My decision became much more harder. This came to me to take me down to be said, I'm sorry. I became much more arrogant. قست قلوبهم. Look to the secret now. وزين لهم الشيطان ما كانوا يعملون. Mr. Iblis came to the scene next. I am the first. The suffering comes. The hit comes in my face. Main reason to humble myself. Depending on my reaction, a new law will be activated. If I refused, then Shaitan will be given the opportunity to get into my area because I wanted him to come. Because I don't want the message of Allah to be activated against me. قال لكن لولا قست قلوبهم قال قست قلوبهم وزين لهم الشيطان ما كانوا يعملون. Now, this, we understand that will happen many times, not just once, maybe 1,000 times in my life. Let's imagine I'm 60. Allah will send to me hardships by thousands, not hundreds. Thousands. During my, let's say, 45 or 50 years of awareness. I am fully mature, mukallaf. Will be held accountable. Every year, 10, 15, 20 times, illness, viruses, problems, bankruptcy, whatever, psychological, emotional, financial, all of them, just be careful, be careful, be careful. Come to Allah, be careful. Don't misuse, don't be around the world, be careful, be careful. When I decide I don't want, after having, let's say, hundreds of opportunities, now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَلَمَّا نَسُوا مَا ذُكِّرُوا بِهِ. Now the word nasiya should not be translated here in the Quranic Arabic, is not forgot. It means ignore. As we say in Arabic language, when someone tells you, hey, we have an appointment, let's go, I say, insa. Insa means what? Punish. Insa. You know the Arabic style? Insa. Insa means ignore it. Act as if you don't know, but you know. Okay? So فلما نسوا, which means when they deliberately ignored the warning. قال فلما نسوا ما ذكروا به. When they became ignoring all kinds of warnings, look now to the law now. فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء. قسما بالله, it's a very horrible ayah. Allah keeps sending me to suffer so that I must be humble myself. Allah, out of His mercy, keeps sending, putting me in hardship to humble myself and to say I'm sorry. Keep sending. When I keep refusing, ignoring, I will be upgraded to a new category of human beings. My file will be closed as someone who has received the final verdicts and convicted now with the punishment. However, the way of punishment will be with a divine style. Khalas, I'm finished. Like someone who deserved the capital punishment verdict, for example. He is convicted. So he was sent to the solitary confinements to be killed in 10 days. The fact that he's sitting there, maybe they will say, okay, would you like to eat something nice? Yes, no problem. Imagine that he asked for a nice food. In 10 days, they will chop his neck. The state. So it's finished. The file is closed. It's a matter of time. The fact that he might be smoking a cigarette does not mean that he's enjoying. The fact that he's eating a nice food does not mean. It's a matter of time. His neck will be chopped. Wallahi al-mathal a'la. So, me with Allah, when I keep insisting of being arrogant about the warnings of Allah, Allah takes a decision that I am now from under the قانون الاستدراج, our law. Now, قال, when they insist, فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء. Look what's the meaning of فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء. قال, when they became oblivious, ignoring the warnings, قال, we showered them with everything they desired. Showered them. Can you imagine? Whatever you used to dream about will come to you. In this worldly sense. Used to be just a normal rich person, you become a multimillionaire. Multi-billionaire. You used, for example, the best of your dreams just to take a photo with an MP. The Prime Minister himself needs to take an appointment to sit with you. Because you might be one of the big five in industry in this country or that country. You will be talking with billions. High social status, the media recognize you wherever you go, all the gates are open, so you became up in worldly sense. Money, power, authority, everything. قال فتحنا عليهم أبواب كل شيء. We showered them with everything they desire. حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. فإذا تكبروا بما آتيناهم قصدناهم فجأة فإذا هم آيسون من رحمة الله. خلاص. قال حتى إذا فرحوا بما أوتوا, but just as they become prideful, arrogant of what they were given. But just as they became prideful, arrogant of what they were given, أخذناهم بغتة فإذا هم مبلسون. We seized them by surprise. Then they instantly fell into despair. فقطع دابر القوم الذين ظلموا والحمد لله رب العالمين. So the wrongdoers were utterly uprooted. And all praise is for Allah, Lord of all worlds. This answers just one law, الاستدراج. But it helps all of us not to be misled when we see an evil person or a group or entity or whatever enjoying this worldly life. But where is Allah? Be careful. For us, the way how we understand things generally, we have dunya and akhirah. But I'm still talking about the dunya now. Because generally, our way of understanding, we as Muslims, alhamdulillah, we believe in three main houses. Dar al-dunya, worldly life, and Dar al-akhirah, the hereafter. Between them we have alam al-barzakh, the word of the barzakh. Barzakh means the barrier. Barrier means place where our souls will be kept up to the day of resurrection and congregation. Ba'ath al-nushur yawm al-qiyamah. Alam al-barzakh basically is what we talk about, na'im al-qabr and adab al-qabr. The pleasure of the grave and the punishment of the grave, which is a relative pleasure and the relative punishment. النار يعرضون عليها غدوا وعشيا ويوم تقوم الساعة أدخلوا آل فرعون أشد العذاب. Talking about this kind of simple, the people of Pharaoh, they are exposed on daily basis, exposed, we don't know the way. It might be something like screen, okay, open, gate, whatever, knocking, يعرضون. Allah will be just showing how they will be punished in the day of judgment. Since maybe 5,000 years, 4,000 years, this is adab al-qabr. And we have na'im al-qabr as well. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, many, إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا. This is exactly the beginning of the barzakh. At the time I'm approaching al-akhir, which means my soul is about to leave my body after, even though still, by the way, we need to know the following. My body and my soul still are connected. Now Allah took the decision that I will die. The stages of my death, once I see the angel of death, my soul still could be in my body, but I can't communicate with anyone around me. I can't tell them, khalas. I'm part of the akhirah, even though still the soul has not left completely my body. Starting from this moment, for me, the akhirah has started. At this specific moment, Allah says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. Those who said, declared, clearly, proudly, رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ, and they were keeping themselves on the straight path, تَتَنَزَّلُ عَلَيْهِمُ الْمَلَائِكَةُ أَلَّا تَخَافُوا وَلَا تَحْزَنُوا. We will be sending groups of angels to welcome them when they approach, when they are leaving this dunya, which is exactly, دخول عالم البرزخ, exactly. Just to welcome them to say, don't panic. You are the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we believe in this. So for us, the story has not been finished yet. But in case, if you insist, why this person? Why this person? If your kid is asking you, if you yourself are suffering from your brother, your stepbrother, your cousin, your neighbor, someone really doing something very bad against you, he destroyed your life, and every day you see him in a better condition. This does not mean that Allah is satisfied from him. Unless if he repented, this is another case. But he could be from the قانون الاستدراج. But it's Allah's way when He decides to punish someone. When he deserves to be punished, He will punish him while he's in the top. Not just an unknown person. No. Allah punishes while I'm on the... Everyone should witness my punishment. As they say in the Egyptian slang language, you can ask your Egyptian brothers, what does it mean? Everyone will know about it. No one but will know that I'm punished. This is قانون what? Al-Istidraj. By this, no misconception about, is it true that Allah is rewarding someone who does not deserve it? No. If he deserves it, he will be punished. Plus, there's some other ways. The fact that I think that someone deserves to be punished does not mean necessarily he deserves to be punished. This is another way and another question and another thing. But I'm talking about what, generally speaking, we are definitely sure that this is a criminal, really deserves. Why he's enjoying this life? قانون الاستدراج. And by the way, we are covering just the worldly life, not talking about the punishment in the hereafter. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين. إن الحمد لله نحمده سبحانه ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلن تجد له وليا مرشدا أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو على كل شيء قدير. Respected brothers and sisters, because I noticed that we have, mashallah, alhamdulillah, a lot of kids here. I need to add something in a simple way. The importance of this law basically should help us in many other things in our life. I will give you some quick examples about laws in our life. قانون التوكل, to trust in Allah. The law says what? وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلَ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ. Allah will be the guarantor to achieve to you to what you need. But what is the condition in the law? To trust. So this is law. So some of us might be asking, why Allah not responding to me, for example? Do you trust? This is the point. طيب. For example, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. The one who fears Allah, the one who respects Allah's commandments, the one who's mindful of Allah, Allah will open an exit in his face when he faces hardships. So what's the condition? What's the law? The one who? Not trust now. يَتَّقِ. What is it? Fears. Fears is mixed with respect, because sometimes, by the way, if you don't have the minimum of fear, you can't respect. Because if you feel that you are more powerful than the other, why to respect him or fear from him? Why? By the way, if you feel that ultimately you are much more powerful by someone else, why to respect? Why? Part of why you need to respect, because you have fear that he's more powerful than you. Or otherwise, Sifatullah. Why do we teach them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala al-Qawi wal-Ghafur? Okay, Allah nabbi ibadi anni ana al-Ghafur ar-Rahim. Good, nice, continue. Wa anna adabi wal adab al-alim. You can't take this and ignore this word. Yes, Allah the most merciful. But what if I'm so arrogant? Adabi wal adab al-alim. The severest punishment is by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I need the balance. That's why I need to know everything about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ إِن تَنصُرُوا اللَّهَ يَنصُرْكُمْ. It's unacceptable for me as a Muslim to work, for example, in a company, to be someone, and I feel shy all the time from letting the people know that I'm Muslim, because I'm feeling shy. Okay, I'm not doing nusrah to the identity of Allah. So when I need Allah, I don't deserve to be supported. Allah would love from me that the people know that I'm a Muslim. Should be proud, like the hijab, for example. The sister who feels shy from the hijab, she refuses to do the nusrah. The one who feels shy to pray. I'm not talking in a very, very high risk places. No. I'm talking like a free community like this. No one, everyone is doing everything on earth and no one feels shy from anyone on earth. Why should I feel shy from my beard or my hijab or my prayer or whatever? Why? When I feel shy, which means Allah's low value is low in my calculations. So therefore, I'm not doing in Tansurullah. So when I need Allah, the law will be applied on me. You did not pay the proper ticket, money, tax, you will receive no refund, no support. وَلِلَّهِ الْمَثَلُ الْأَعْلَى. This is what I mean by the law of the universe with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. اللهم ارحمنا فوق الأرض وتحت الأرض ويوم العرض عليك يا كريم. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وبارك اللهم لنا فيما أعطيت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت إنك تقضي بالحق ولا يقضى عليك وإنه لا يعز من عاديت ولا يذل من واليت تباركت ربنا وتعاليت فلك الحمد على ما أنعمت به ولك الشكر على ما أوليت نستغفرك ربنا ونتوب إليك اللهم أنت ربنا لا إله إلا أنت خلقتنا ونحن عبيدك ونحن على عهدك ووعدك ما استطعنا نعوذ بك من شر ما صنعنا نبوء لك بنعمتك علينا ونبوء لك بذنوبنا فاغفر لنا فإنه لا يغفر الذنوب إلا أنت إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. وأقم الصلاة.